Hello, I will introduce you now the process of creation of survey and how data were collected during the training course in Mostar, because then you will be assigned to do very similar task during this online learning course. We decided to create the survey based on World Cafe method. So first of all, groups were divided into 4 groups, and each group were supposed to work on different aspects of the survey. So first group focused on setting up introduction of the survey and demographic questions. Second group were focusing on creating the questions focused on employment, entrepreneurship issues and challenges young people face in Mostar. Third group focused more on digital businesses itself and opinions of young people towards that. And then last group focused more on women in enterprises. Then after like first round of the working group, then groups were rotating, and basically everybody had a chance to say opinion or make some remarks regarding what questions they proposed to maybe delete or add some new and so on. And then eventually we decided about the survey itself. There were various questions that were created. I will just tell you some example. For example, how difficult is it to find a job in Mostar? Are you motivated to be entrepreneur one day? How do you find being entrepreneur in Mostar? We were also curious if some young people already have their own digital business, and if yes, then if they feel that there is some support towards young people support to start their own business. We also were curious about what do you think, what can encourage women to become entrepreneurs and so on. After creation survey, group went to the city center to collect the answers. They went in the couple, and eventually they managed to collect 112 responses from people. After that, we decided to use Excel for evaluation of the data. Of course, there are various options how data can be evaluated, but we decided to use Excel as the most easiest way. So also participants have a chance to learn and use those methods in the future. At the end, there is really comprehensive data with a lot of information that were collected and will be shared with you also online. I will just mention the most interesting findings. For example, around 50% of young people find difficult to find a job in Mostar. Around 66% are motivated to start their own business. What was also very interesting was that 90% of young people find very difficult to be entrepreneur in Mostar. Another interesting answers were that around 90% of people consider ageism as an issue in employment process. Regarding the topic of women in enterprises, around 65% of respondents think that women has the same opportunities as men. And we wanted to know also what they think, how can we encourage women to become entrepreneurs. So there were various answers. Some people focus more on finances, some more about government support or inspiration and so on. Regarding the digital businesses itself, 75% think that Mostar is a good place for digital businesses. 80% think that digitalization is necessary for survival of the business. And we were really lucky that we managed to get actually 14 people who have already some sort of digital business. And unfortunately, they think that there is not enough support for young people to start their own business. We were also curious, and we wanted to know if those who don't have their own digital business, if they ever thought about creating one, but only 35% of them think that they might start one. So those are some interesting findings that we can use in the future, but there will be a whole report shared with you, and we will also share with you another interesting aspects of World Task. Thank you.